Alrighty, g'day everyone and welcome. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. Hope everyone did their trade reviews. Just a quick sound check. Alrighty, g'day everyone. Alright, sounds like I'm coming through. Hope everyone did their trade reviews. What did you do right? Where can you improve? So making some statements about this week where you can improve, so that we can always try and better ourselves every day, every week. Before we do begin though, folks, just draw your attention to standard disclaimer that says everything is for educational purposes only and you are responsible for your trading decisions. Alright, let's have a look at the news first. So you can see this week, well, this is the orange and reds, which is kind of really all I look at. So you can see this is all we've got. All right, so it's a lighter news week compared to, look, last week. All right, look at it all. It's a big difference. So just be mindful of that. Markets will be probably more pushed around by technicals, which suits me. We've got a little bit of US here, right? But really the red flag news comes in on Wednesday. Got some Aussie news here. Got one of the US FOMC member speaks, CAD US here. And we got some US news here and then more US. Now this one in particular, the core PCE, is the Fed's preferred measure of inflation now. And you see they've changed that to red in the last kind of 6 months. So they're the ones to watch for, folks. So just modify your trading to suit around that. All right, so let's have a look. So welcome anyone that is new as well. I hope you find something of value with us. I'm sure you will. Do go pretty fast. So I do apologise ahead of time if you're being left behind a little bit, but it will make sense after a while. All right, so let's have a look at the Let's have a look at the macro S&P 500. Nice big breakout here. So just looking for this to pull back, try and get an entry long. That's what we're looking for. Hoping it would come early, but it didn't. The Dow, the same. Got the breakout here. So this is pulling back. This is pulling back, but later than I would have, not what I would have liked, but later than I expected. I expected maybe something a little earlier. But anyway, look, it is what it is. So I need to wait that out, so I'm not going to put anything on yet. Nasdaq though, look, gap into the high, pulling back, so looking for the cup with handle. The VIX, VIX has just kicked up a little bit. So just need to be mindful of that, but that may be just the markets pulling back. Just remember too, when the markets do pull back, often we will get a bit of a stall in the markets. Okay, so just a little bit of profit taking. Markets are very interconnected these days. So you find that when one market kind of stalls out, so does the rest. Dollar index, so push into the high. And then we had this, what we expected, kind of a bit of a push, but then a reversal, or what I call here pretty much a bullish 180, or your engulfing bar here, pushed into the high. We've now testing the trend anchor here. We got price acceptance here yet? No, not quite. If we get another bullish day like that, then I'd say yes. Otherwise, we could risk being pulled back in. Otherwise, we have to go with momentum. So we've certainly got momentum up. We've got a Dow theory trend change here. All right, so what are the three things I look for? Number one, momentum long. Number two, Dow theory trend change. And number three, price acceptance above, in this case, the anchor. All right, so here it is here. See the last swing right here after we get a change of trend. So there's the uptrend. Yes, multi, it does, doesn't it? Right, so there's the last point. So we've got price acceptance short. So where's the last swing? It's here. So I want to see price acceptance there. All right. So it's a quasi pause bar, multi. We've got 2 bars here, haven't we? It's not really in an igniting position. Let's see what it does. It could, yes, you're right, it could easily pop. Trouble that we've got is we've got a little bit of an extension now, haven't we? All right, so let's go through in order. So even nickel, we said about this short through here. There's the trend change. I said about the base channel, wanted to see it bounce there. Look, it bounced, but then straight through it. So this is kind of very much bearish now. So any long ideas are kind of off the table. Where's the, okay, even the weekly anchors here. So this is in a weekly uptrend, daily downtrend. So until the daily returns, which will be back above here, I need to maintain my bearish stance. So look for shorts on that one. I think we spoke about that previously. Looking for a pullback in here. Anything to kind of get long but need confirmation. All right. Excuse me. So let's have a look at the yen currency index pulling back. Notice this. Look, even the index bouncing off the short-term moving average. The euro. Well, the euro's just pulling back. This is back into a bit of a normal condition now. This is what we want to see. All right, so we spoke about that high through there. The British pound index. This is not really accurate, but look, it's dropped. All right, so that's that on that. All right, so just bear with me while I just transition over. Dollar index, we looked at euro dollar. The euro dollar spoke about spoke about the potential here for this to drop. It did look straight into the 61, and we got a bit of an extension here. Look, we have euro dollar. All right, so let's have a look at some of the trades from Friday before we jump in. So we had a bit of a quieter day, and I said, what did I say now? Well, there wasn't a lot. I said pick your battles carefully because of the news. Singapore, though, we're looking for a move just back up into the short-term moving average. Got a little bit of a mini climactic here. In other words, it's done in one bar. Did the climactic, and we're looking for the moving average separation on the 4-hour. So you can see here, so here's the big move. We tested it once, then back again. So the opportunity was sought in there. So you can see that's all we got. So those of you that know this trade, and you see when you take your profit there and then it keeps going, yes, it's important to kind of have a bit of a runner on, even if it's only 33%. But a lot of times this is what occurs. See this here, it's held the 20. Look at the look on the short-term moving average now. This looks like just a pullback and an ABC on the 4-hour. All right. So this is quite often what occurs. So let's have a look at the 60-minute. 60-minute was looking okay there. So look, yeah, that would have been a bit of a gutsy entry through here. All right. So that would have been here. But that was really the only one. And look, there was, as I said, there wasn't a huge amount, 30, 40 pips. Right, so look, a little bit of a pullback in there, but we had everything on side here. This is what we need to see. Look, above the moving averages, rising moving averages, and a setup. That would have been the only one. That would have been backed up, excuse me, by the smash day right here. Look, you may have made an argument for one there. It was getting maybe a little late in the trend, and you can see it didn't really push far. So that was really the only, and that was a tough one. Right, so always ask yourself the question, would I have taken it? Right, so go back to hard edge of the screen, would I have taken it when it looked like that? No, that's what you got to consider. Nice momentum push. Back to the anchor. No trend change. Nice reversal through here. So it's got potential. So yeah, look, I didn't get it, but look, admittedly, I would have been looking for, hopefully at least one bar pause through there to take the breakout. In other words, a little mini cut with handle. Oh, I didn't get it. Bang, straight through. So there we go. All right. So always important to review your trades. We always try and do that. All right, back to the 20. That's one of the targets. You tell it really didn't even make it to the to their short term. So the other one was CAD Singapore. I didn't really like this because of the declining 20. So we're kind of going against that, and it tends to act as a magnet. So notice the little breakout here, which quickly failed. So I said this wasn't kind of ideal. It's a little bit of extended territory. There's always a chance with these. They suck you in and then pull you back into this region here. Okay, just one moment, folks. Won't be a moment. Okay, very good. Alrighty, so yeah, a lot of times that will take us in. You get a fail and it comes back here, right? So I wasn't overly keen with that one either. But look, it is what it is. Stop should have been here. Alright, seeing the failed break though, you should have exited early. Alright, so you probably look negative 0.8 R trade. So it's probably one of the losers we've taken for a while. Haven't showcased a loser for a while, but they are part of trading. You must remember that. All right, so CAD Swiss. So what is it that okay, let's go through in order. Gold. So we do gold and silver. We spoke about gold also, the pullback in here. Did I have that on the list? No. All right, so we like the pullback in there last week. Silver. Now I've put silver on the list. I'll show you what I've got on the list. So here's the watch list. So these are the ones last week. A few of those didn't trigger. That one did. That one did, a winner. That one was a loser. And the others just didn't trigger. All right, so what I like today, dollar CAD, dollar Norwegian, Ethereum, pound, Swiss yen, silver. I'm going to have a look at copper and pound New Zealand. All right. So the rest of these were just last week, so I remember what we were looking at. All right, but the others are new. So let's go through those in order. Now, if you've got any questions, folks, or markets you'd like me to have a look at, just drop it in the chat. Okay, silver. So we've got a trend change here. Got that big separation with the moving averages. So really just looking for another push down here into the 20. That's all. Right. It wasn't quite a climactic through there, although we had the V reversal on US news. So you've got to be careful of that. Can't sort of claim credit for that. But this is in an okay position now to look for a trade down to here. So let's drill down to the 4 hour and see what we see. So the 4 hour anchor through here, V reversal. Right, now is this our distribution on the V reversal side? In other words, this big V reversal, distribution, then the drop. Right, so that is synonymous with these patterns. So you can see we've actually already got a, if you took the swing in here according to Gann, we've actually already got an A, B, shallow C. This one in the 1 bar, a little bit of the 20 would have liked that to have been a bit steeper, but it is what it is. So look for, let's take that low as a reasonable, that's going to be kind of a swing anyway, but let's see if we can maybe get another little bit of a pause. In other words, a bit of a sideways correction and then the break. We don't want to chew up too much time though, because notice here, look, so here's the 20 on the daily there. Notice where it is on the 4 hour. It's getting fairly close. All right. Now, will it stop there? Well, no, maybe not. But that's the first area where we may get a rejection and take us out. So look for something in there to get short. All right. Stop up in this region. It's all right. A little bit of a tight trade, but it's there. It's the one that I talk about regularly. Let's have a look at the cryptos. Bitcoin, I need to see this back up into this region here on the daily, which will put it here on the 4 hour, and you can clearly see why. Anything under here, you can see it's getting rejected. So we did want to see last week, we did want to see price get up here, looking for a setup in there. We didn't get it. So by identifying your areas where you need to see price, folks, look, based on the daily, helps to keep you out of bad trades. Well, otherwise, if it can't get in there, I'm just not interested. You can see it's already testing the 20 already. So on the daily, I want to see it get up above, all right, and test that daily anchor, which I think is here. Pretty sure it's there. That'll be a crucial level, that one. The reasons we spoke about just before. Now, Ethereum, I do like from the point of view of if Bitcoin can move, notice the big separation we've got here. All right, so this is a little more appealing. In terms of room to profit. Okay. So we did like this one and we did mark this out. It's already tested that level once. See it here? It's tested it there. So a lot of times they'll test it and then they'll be back very quickly. This has just given us a higher low. So that's okay. Let's drill down though to the 4 hour. We'll have a look at a bit of a key level. So likewise last week with Ethereum, that's the 4 hour anchor. So we've got a trend change here. And then we had the little swing here, but we wanted to see price get back above and at least give us a setup around the high or around here. Now that would have put us in here. All right? Now look, they're only just, there's nothing special, they're just moving averages, okay? All right, I use the 8 EMA and I use a 20 SMA. All right, and then of course a 200 SMA. There's nothing magical about these folks. The market just seems to respect them, look. So, if the market respects it, why shouldn't I? That's how I see it. I don't use crossovers or anything like that. I don't consider that. So what do I want to see here? All right, so we've got a bit of a quasi ABC here, probably back to the 61 here. So this level here, but really it's so close to the high. I need to see price get back into this region and then hopefully give us something here. That'll allow the moving averages to get on side like that. Okay. So you notice when we've got the moving averages on side like here, there's the 8, here's the 20, that gives us the best areas to trade in, doesn't it? Oh, we're waiting for that to line up. So that's what I want to see in there. That'll give it an opportunity to line up. So this region is where I'm interested. Okay, Ethereum. So I'll put that on the list, the watch list. Now, if you're members, you will get the watch list. in a post. That's Ethereum. Ripple, nothing much here. You can see it's milling around. It's just messing around with the 20 period here. Got to see it in this region. We marked this out originally. But got to see it up there. Otherwise, it's a no deal for me. All right. So what is it that I do like? All right, dollar CAD. It's a little bit light on. So straight out longs. All right. So you can see here. Look, long. That's what I've got. Counter trend long. We just did Ethereum. Then straight out shorts. Counter trend shorts, and then some other analysis we'll look at. Got copper and British pound New Zealand. All right? So what makes a counter trend long is if the daily is short and we're getting that little climactic move that you saw us take. All right, so dollar CAD, got a bit of a key level through here on the weekly. All right, so far so good. We like this one back here. It's now having a go back. We're on the right side of the 20, excuse me, right side of the 8. Maybe just a little extended into resistance, but I'd like to see, one bar back and give us some sort of setup in here to get long, all right? Now we're at the start of a kind of early momentum. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Oh, what's going on? Right, now there's a couple of key levels here from previous that it's right near, but it's under. So we just need to be mindful of that. Now, if the setup is good enough though, I will take it straight into it. All right, I've got no problem with that. All right, so you can clearly see we've got the V reversal. So looking for basically that accumulation on the right side. In other words, we've got an impulsive, want to see that corrective, and we want to get an entry in here somewhere as it attempts to push back into the high. And if there's enough room to take a partial at the high, yes, that's what I want to do. In case it just mills around a bit and then it goes. All right, that's what I'm looking for on dollar CAD, and that'll kind of have that cut with handle look as well. All right, the V reversal is the context on this one. Got a new high there, so my channel will be very flat, unfortunately. Dollar CAD. Dollar Norwegian kroner, I think it is. Thanks, your multi. Yes, multi says inverted head and shoulders on dollar CAD. So dollar Norwegian, the weekly is clear. The weekly looks good through here. Look. So we're now back above the moving average. Nice push. All right, so there is that level we were watching. Here's that structure we were watching last week. Looking for a push there. It did it, albeit kind of sloppy. So pullback, we've had another test of it. Just looking for price to pull back and take off again. Maybe slightly extended on the daily, but it is in that early or new momentum stage. You draw your trend lines correctly, look at the channel through here. So there's that high. So clearly we've broken out. We've taken out the orders through here. So I'm looking for the breakout pullback. Swing. All right, so probably going to end up a bit more of a complex sort of setup through here. All right, that's what I would like to see. Something like that. So now we've breached this resistance. This becomes kind of not as strong. Dollar Norwegian. Just remember it's an exotic though. Okay. It is an exotic. Okay, what's the other one? All right, British pound. British pound we looked at last week in terms of wanting to see it bottom out and move from here. It moved, but then we had the kind of snap back on US news. Sitting on support, sitting on the 200 here. We've got a little bit of a quasi reversal trade in here. So let's have a look at what we want to see. Might have to refresh your page too if you're not seeing clearly, correctly. Right, so the pound, let's have a look at the 4 hour. Here was AB equals CD right through here. Right, we had the nice little swing there. Pull back into the 61. Nice little Dow theory entry through there. Move up. Look, we tagged around about the 61. That was pretty good. But then we had the news kind of dropped it. So we did have a bounce on that harmonic. Anyway, we're back down through it on the 4 hour. So now we're looking for the moving average separation trade. Got the short-term moving average, got the 20 here. We've got to see price get above this relatively quick so that there's room to profit when it hits the 20. So what are we talking? Look, still only about 30 pips. But if this can do it in the next candle, drill down in here and look for the trade on the 60 minute. See it here? Got momentum up. Got momentum. We can already see we've got a little ABC here on the daily, on the 60 minute rather. We've got price above the 20, price above the short term, so we've got the right look on those moving averages. The only thing is this, see here, hasn't tested that short term yet, so just be careful because that's where it could easily reject and head back down again. Okay, Swiss yen. So Swiss yen, it's rolled over on the weekly. It is still uptrending. Yep, still uptrending on the weekly. So this is counter trend on the weekly. But you can see it's below the moving averages. A little bit of certainly momentum here. Pull back in here. Now, the daily, notice here, we've got a little distribution down. So here is our distribution, is our transition C we spoke about here, the breakdown. And then we've got to push back up into the center of this move. Now, those of you that know and remember the workshops on market profile, that I did. Okay, the distribution top through here. Notice where the point of control is. Right here, look at it. Okay, and look, price has come back to it, rejected. So now we're heading back down. So there is that big swing on the 4 hour. So where's our trend? Okay, here's our anchor here. So we're downtrending. Is there any significant daily levels? Yeah, this one and this one. But we're just going to have to kind of not ignore this one, but take more, give more credit to these two, which will be these. They are still there though, so be mindful. So notice got the big V reversal lookalike. So we can get a move back up here. Let's say retesting underneath this trend line. Right, this could make a good little entry through there. Just remember though, look, we've got a big separation here, so it wouldn't surprise me to see price back up a bit higher. Switch yen, that's what I'm seeing. Don't be tempted to drill right down to try and find an entry to suit. There is a swing there on the 60 minute that I am watching to see. Well, but certainly had a big extension. I'm just wanting to see this wash off with either a sideways, but it could pop through there. All right, so watch that level as well. Swiss yen, bit of an obscure one, that one. Silver we spoke about. Let's have a look at copper. Copper pulling back. So got a nice big momentum move here. Now this is where I've spoken about after these big moves here, be careful taking trades when there's such a big separation there. Right? In other words, short-term momentum's gotten way ahead of medium-term. Right? So trades taken off there, right, because of this, can often be failure prone. Let's drill down to the 4 hour and you can clearly see my count through here, my wave count. So here's the latest 5 up, and I'm expecting price to pull back to the previous 4th. So look at it, it's right there. Add to that, we have a nice harmonic right here, bottomed out right near it, and we do also have that move, that complete move here. Here's the 40-60 box, and it's sitting right on the 50%. Okay, 50% of the last wave. This one here, latest range. Now I'm not ruling out, which is classic markets, a throw under first, okay? But let's have a look at what the market gives. It's a little, maybe a tad early. However, we've got nice momentum here on this bullish outside bar. On volume, right, or just bullish engulfing. Nice little pullback, but just remember the look, see the look of the moving averages, they're still not right. So that's why I would prefer to at least get into this region here before considering a trade, and preferably to get something along the trend line that allows for the moving averages to start to kick up and for price to get, you know, back into this sort of range, right, like this. That would be absolutely ideal through. Well, that would be a trade I would take every day. Don't always get what we want though. There's a song about that, isn't there? But anyway, I thought that was worth mentioning. If you find some early entries on that one, that would be worthwhile. The other one is Pound New Zealand. Now I don't want to go over this too much because I think I will on Wednesday on Traders Workshop. I think I will go into more detail with this one. But nice little breakthrough here on the weekly. Look, started early momentum, which is good. So that's on side. Got a price void through here. Daily's broken that level. Nice push through here. We liked it back here into the high. So now we've broken that level. There's some other patterns and market structure which I'll talk about on Wednesday. Nice push here, but my concern here is just for a little bit more of a pullback. All right. We do have a nice channel through here. Well, that was a nice straight line. Oh, and so was that. Drawn freehand. All right. So when you look at this structure here on the 4 hour though, you'll see how messy it is. All right. It's not clean. It's not neat. Any markets, folks, you'd like to have a quick look at? So on the 4 hour, I mean, my preference is, to get in early, after we get, decent breaks. So get in early either with pullbacks back to the short term or back to the 20. So you can see here, it's corrected very hard. Yes, we got a big bar through here, and we got a gap down today, which is bought up. It just doesn't feel right. It just feels too messy. Yes, we have got a bit of a quasi rising 3 in here. Some of you will recognise this one. The volume is not right though. The volume is really kind of messed up. It's not, but the volume is kind of in the right way. But really, if you do, to try and get an earlier entry, notice the 20 is flat here as well. I'd want to see that up. How is that going to occur if price makes a move and then comes back? So then it almost becomes a, cut with handle or a trade around the high. So I'm kind of suspecting maybe, a bit of a move back like this. Right, but let's see. But it's in a great contextual location, absolutely. Right. Just want to wait, see what we get. Certainly if we get a decent push though, on the short term, we could certainly be looking for maybe a pause, shallow pullback, and take that on a shorter term trade. Just being mindful of when it tests the high. So that is what I'm seeing, folks. So if you know where to find the watch list, look out for that. So we did the recaps. Some new ones. It is Monday, quite a news week. Let's see what unfolds. These other trades just didn't trigger. And copper and pound, New Zealand worth watching. So there we go. All right, so risk on. Still risk on. Trade accordingly, folks. Start of the week. Let the trades come to you, of course. Just remember, price action is king. Market structure is queen. Trade safe. Take care. And we will see you tomorrow. Alrighty. Bye for now.